5 PhD students, 3 MTech students, and 2 MSc students. He has published several research papers in reputed journals and 14 research papers in conference proceedings. He is also an active member of different professional bodies like Indian Mathematical Society and Indian Society of Industrial and Applied Mathematics and IEEE. Now, I would like to take this opportunity to do the honors, and I request sir to kindly deliver his lecture on control theory. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Meenakshi. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, screen is visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. As you know that the main aim of this conference is to discuss recent advances in pure and applied algebra. In this lecture, we will see how matrix algebra is important for developing new results in control design. Particularly, I will take design part. We will see that the beauty of SVD and some rank formulas for block matrices. Moreover, we will see that how algebra behind this matrix multiplication can produce very nice results in control theory. For the illustration, I have taken this very new and challenging problem that is we have solved recently. And it is existence conditions for ODE functional observer design for descriptor systems. And our descriptor system are of this form: EX dot is equal to AX plus BU, and Y is equal to CX, and Z is equal to KX, where X is called semi-state vector. U is called the input or control vector, and often control engineers use this U to produce some desired response of system. Response means X vector by manipulating U. So U is known, okay? And Y is output vector, that is measured output, means variables in Y we can measure, for example, by some sensors. And this vector Z is called functional vector, okay? And often we have to estimate this vector Z with the help of some observer, some other dynamical system. So here we have, what is the problem statement? Problem statement is for to capture this Z, we have to design an observer. An observer is another dynamical system, and that is this system 2. And we use this known input and output of system 1 in system 2 in such a way that our output of this observer must estimate this Z vector. Okay, that means ZT tends to Z cap T tends to Z, TS T tends to infinity. That is the estimation of Z. See, here two things are important. We have chosen the observer system as a system of ODEs only because it is easy to simulate, for example, via ODE 45 in MATLAB. And our model system, this system 1, is a general descriptor system where E may be rectangular, and even in the square case it is singular. Roughly speaking, descriptor systems are combination of ODEs and algebraic equations. Means system 1, this dynamical equation in system 1, that is 1A, may contain some ODEs as well as some algebraic equations. And see, such systems are naturally arise when we give any physical phenomena to any automatic modeling tool for producing its mathematical form. Okay, for example, there are many automatic modeling tools like SPICE. If you give any electrical circuit to SPICE, it gives you several differential equations as well as some algebraic equations together. and we have to deal with that system. And see, it is not always easy to convert any system that is represented by combination of ODEs and algebraic equations purely in ODEs. So it is advised that we should read this system of ODEs and algebraic equations together. For example, if you consider here, and in this matrix E, it is one simple case, like you consider one row 0 0 0 0, means null row you consider in matrix E. That means what? We have some algebraic constraint in the system, and we have to tackle that together with this ODEs and remaining algebraic equations. So I hope problem statement is clear. This system 1 is given, and we have to find this system 2 in such a way that cap t tends to z t as t tends to infinity. Means we have to estimate this z. Okay. And my objective is to highlight here the application of linear algebra, particularly matrix theory, that how basic results of matrix theory can give some beautiful, nice results in control systems. And for doing this, what we have assumed, see, we have assumed only these two algebraic conditions, purely algebraic conditions, rank conditions on matrices coefficients in the system, given system A. So these are little bit big matrices, so we have used these notations. See this mathcal E, mathcal A, and this G, and this A in a different script. So if we use these notations, and these are system matrices, E, our system was Ex dot. Our system was Ex dot is equal to Ax plus Bu. Okay. And Y is equal to Cx and Z is equal to Kx. So if this mathcal E is this, E and appropriately right augmented by a zero matrix, and this mathcal A is A and right augmented by B, and this G is this matrix, this block matrix, having first block row this mathcal E, mathcal A 0, and second block row is 0, and mathcal E, where 0 means zero matrix of appropriate dimension. And this A is this 0 and A. So under these notations, we have assumed these two algebraic conditions on system. That rank of this matrix, condition 3, rank of this matrix is equal to rank of this matrix. And for all lambda belongs to C plus bar. C plus bar means it is the collection of all Z belongs to C such that real part of Z is greater than equal to 0. Means closed right half plane in complex plane. So for all lambda belongs to C plus bar, this rank condition must hold. And what we have proved, that under assumption this 3 and this is assumption 1 and this is assumption 2. So under assumption 1 and 2, there exists an ODE functional observer of the form 2 for system 1. For ODE functional observer means we can design such type of system 2 for system 1 in such a way that ZT tends to Z cap T tends to ZT. So as you have seen, condition on systems are purely algebraic. Now let us, in the proof, we will see that how this very small and basic results of linear algebra can produce nice theorem in control system. So first thing that I want to utilize here from linear algebra is the SVD, okay, singular value decomposition, okay. And by using this singular value decomposition, what we have done, that this is lemma that we have used in the proof of our main theorem, that if E is any matrix, sorry, so if E is any matrix of order m cross n, any rectangular matrix, A is having the same order, B is m cross k, then there exists orthogonal matrices U and V, such that if you pre-multiply this matrix E by U and post-multiply by V, it will be in this form: E11, E12, 0, E22, 0, 0. Last row is completely 0, 0 block row. And similarly, if you pre-multiply U in A and post-multiply this V, A will be converted into this form, and B will be converted this form, B11, B21, and 0, with the following properties. First property, E11 has full row rank. E11 has full row rank. And this combination, E11, this matrix, this part of E and this part of B, has also full row rank. And this matrix A32 has full column rank. And this we can achieve very easily by the application of SVD. What is the algorithm? I have skipped the proof. Proof I have summarized in the form of this algorithm. So what is the algorithm to construct these orthogonal matrices U and V? So first find row compressor of EB. Means with the help of SVD of this matrix E right augmented B, calculate this U that we have denoted here U1 in such that U1 times, if you pre-multiply this EB matrix by U1, you will get this matrix. It is called row compressor. We have compressed rows. Okay. And now if you pre-multiply this U1 into A, if A is in this form, then you choose this A2 part of A matrix, and you by using SVD, we can find V1 that is responsible for column compression in A2. Now by using this V1, you post multiply this V1 into this matrix E1. If this is this, then choose here this first component E1 tilde and find its row compressor. So finally, if you take this as your U, it is having these blocks at diagonal position, and all of diagonal elements are zero matrices. Means in diagonal, if you take U2 and R2 is this order, number of rows here, and you take this U and this V is equal to V1, then we can easily verify that this U and this V serve our purpose. Means if you pre-multiply this U that we have attained, we have obtained by that algorithm, then that U and V will satisfy this property as well as all these three properties. So with the help of this SVD, we have taken first step towards the proof, because in this by applying this SVD, by applying this new coordinate, by converting the given system in new coordinate, we first derive our given system in a different coordinates, and then we will we will find its observer. Okay, so now proof starts. Proof of main theorem, that under assumption this 1 and 2 observer exist. Okay, so what was system? System was Ex dot is equal to Ax plus Bu, Y is equal to Cx, and Z is equal to Kx. So you pre-multiply this matrix E by U and post-multiply by V. Pre-multiply U, post-multiply BV, and take here V inverse. V inverse, V is orthogonal. U, V inverse, V inverse. So what we have seen our theorem, lemma, that UEV is of this form. UVE is E1, this is E11, E12, 0, E2, 2, 0 and 0. And similarly, you put the form of this matrix, you put the form of U times B, and take this CV is equal to C1, C2, and KV is equal to K11, K12. Then the given system can be transformed in this system phi. Okay. Remember this A32, this matrix was of full column rank. That means X2 is 0. That means X2 is 0. So if you put X2 0 and this in y vector, and if V inverse X, this V inverse X is X1, X2. So here X1, X2 is V inverse X. Okay. So that is same vector in a different coordinate, same X in a different coordinate. So then this system can be converted, can be rewritten in the form of system 6. Because see, first equation is what? E11 x1 dot is equal to A11 x1 plus B11 u. That is the same thing. You can, because it is known, you can incorporate this in y. So y tilde becomes what? Y tilde is this thing. So y tilde is new output vector now is equal to C11 x1, where C11 is what? C11 is A21, this component, and this C1. And Z is the same, K11 x1. K11 x1. So still we have not changed Z. So the observer of system 1, functional observer for system 1 will be the functional observer for system 6. So ultimately we will divide this system 6. And what we have done? We have used SVD, nothing else. And we have transformed this system in some easy system. It will be easy to prove the existence of our observer for this system 6. So first key thing in terms of algebra is the SVD that we have used here. Now see, we have assumed on system 1. So this is system 6 now. System 1 has been converted into system 6. But what we have assumed in system 1? System 1, on system 1 we have assumed that rank of this matrix is equal to rank of this matrix. This was condition assumption 1. And assumption 2 was rank of this matrix and rank of this matrix is same for all lambda belongs to C plus bar. Now we want to see what these conditions will be on system 6. because now we have converted system 1 into system 6. So second application of linear algebra is this nice result. See what we will apply here. This is a rank formula for this block matrix. Okay, suppose X, what this result says. Suppose you have these matrices X, W, and Y of appropriate dimension, maybe rectangular. Okay, need not be square anything here. Okay, so if, and this is 0, then rank of this block matrix will be the rank of X plus rank of Y, means these diagonal components. If it is sufficient as if either X is of full row rank or Y is of full column rank. And this is a result. I think it is a small exercise for even MSc students. Nice exercise. They have to prove it themselves, because it is see, in general this is greater than equal to, in general this is greater than equal to this thing. But when equality holds, so one sufficient condition is either X is of full row rank or Y is of full column rank. So this result we have used to transform our assumption from system 1 to system 6. And let me show you this small calculation, at least on one this condition. Let us take this condition 1. Okay, you see how we can write that rank of this matrix. You see this thing, how we can write this. And I want to do this calculation. I want to show you this calculation, because here another tool of linear algebra we are utilizing, and that is this theorem, this result, very basic result. Okay, so it is not working. You see here, this is my matrix, right hand side matrix. You write all the values of these notations, math cal, this A and this G. Okay, this is this matrix in terms of original coefficients of system 1. Now rank does not change if you pre-multiply, post-multiply by invertible matrices. So convert this first block row in by pre-multiplying this U and post-multiplying by V appropriately. It will be this thing. First block row will become this. Now see here, this is this matrix highlighted in green color. This matrix highlighted in green color here is of full row rank.